Okay, so I'm not going to bust out all of my little pictures. This is the deserted General Motors lot, and that is the Metro North uh, access to the factory so the workers don't get wet. And it is very similar, in my opinion, to William Jefferson Clinton's museum, Presidential Library. This is the Grand Union closing. This was my house. This is the building. This is the dome of Marymount College. These are the other buildings. This is the sightseeing tour. So basically, I'm just letting you know the key players. So whoever powers that be, it was the ferry. So it's dredged, it supports a ship. So for as many years as I was still playing tennis at the wall when I came back in 96, 7, and 8, there was a little yacht with some people who came from Europe to visit the Hudson Valley. You know, Washington Irving's house, the Rockefeller's house, Phillipsburg Manor. You know, Hillary went on a listening escuchar tour with Moynihan and other people. Now, when I worked in the Grand Union, we had some Canadians and they brought their boat, and every year they came in every day for their little provisions. The secretaries of General Motors, I would check them out, the salad bar, so they could get back in time for their lunch. Many people love that village. So now I get transferred to UMBC. And why? Because they got rid of family and community development, forcing me to go to social work at UMBC. At the same time, Education 2000 and Hope 6. So at the same time, if whoever transferred me, it didn't happen by accident. If she's taking this seriously, everything is out there. Wasn't it out there for you too? Mr. Rusk's book, Baltimore Unbound? The thought of a twin city? No, truly, they were going to merge Baltimore with Washington, D.C. Similar to Hubert Humphrey, not Mary Tyler Moore. Oprah is still hung up on Mary Tyler Moore. Minnesota, Twin Cities, St. Paul. So I don't know, you're Democratic Socialist. I just saw this very interesting thing. I mean, pretty incredible if you ask me. Because Maryland started it at the same time that you had Education 2000 being kicked off in Annapolis, Maryland. Well, these nuns of Marymount College, before they built the little city in my backyard, they were at the same time period of Senator Robert F. Kennedy. They were in the process of a community opportunity center, not the one that they ultimately built, smaller ones. And the nuns were actively involved in that. And then somehow they kind of pulled out, similar to Marymount College closing, and then St. Teresa's closing. Yet the Spanish population is 1,000 times bigger than what Fidel Castro said. But for some reason, they don't need Marymount College. They graduated Susan Lucci. All my children ended with Agnes Nixon. They stayed open a little while longer, and then no more Marymount College. I'm just saying, this is fascinating. It really is. Now, it appears that the black civil rights, which there were many civil rights movements, the 40s, the 50s, the 60s, the late 50s, early 60s, the parents and the villages, they accumulated money to help the people. And in the previous tries, there was not that money and education security. So, like, are these just kids who have too much money and they're troublemakers? So, you had the vulgarity clause in California, and J. Edgar Hoover could have used the vulgarity clause against Huey Newton, because the vulgarity clause said women's ears and children. No women's movement, the National Organization of Women, they did not find that insulting. No. That vulgarity clause in California from like 1870 till 1973 at least, no woman, and that's not why it ended. And anyway, so like Hussein, from PIW, remember? What was his name? James Baker's daughter had a crush on you and was going to leave her husband. Where are you? Where are you? It was your Black Panther that said, ooh, I should pay attention to these Black Panthers because Hussein had a Black Panther. Oh, everybody was talking about it. I said, is that legal? You can have a Black Panther in D.C.? Oh, yeah, he has a Black Panther in his apartment. And he said, I quote, Princess, if you ever find yourself in Alcoholics Anonymous, you don't have to go to the one in your neighborhood. You can find a really nice one and go there. So that is my tip to all of you from him. Go outside of your neighborhood if you have to go to AA. You can go anywhere.